Imagine this. A company recently pays a vendor for some custom software development. Super routine transaction, right? Well, because they deducted the wrong tax rate, the government swooped in, audited them, and slapped them with a massive fine. Why? Well, they fell right into the tax code trap. They basically confused a basic contractor with a specialized professional. A contractor or a professional. Honestly, mixing up those two little words was the single, incredibly costly failure that triggered that entire audit. Getting this wrong, yeah, it's absolutely dangerous for your bottom line. But, navigating these rules is actually pretty straightforward once you understand the underlying structure. So throughout this explainer, let's break down exactly how these codes actually work so you can stay compliant. Okay, so in plain English, tax deducted at source, or TDS, literally just means holding back a piece of a vendor's payment so you can send it directly to the government. Zero jargon needed here. There are basically three main buckets you need to keep in mind. First, 194C, which is for your physical contractors. Then, 194J is for your professional experts. And finally, 194Q is for when you're buying physical goods. Let's actually think about this through the lens of building a house. It makes it so much easier. When you pay the workers who are out there physically carrying the bricks and pouring the cement, that falls squarely under 194C. It's purely physical labor. But what about paying the architect who designed the blueprints? That is 194J because you are paying for professional brainpower. And buying the actual physical bricks from the hardware store, that's 194Q, just a straightforward purchase of physical goods. Let's see how this plays out in a real corporate environment. Take Ria over at XYZ Limited. First thing, she hires an agency to clean the office. She deducts 2% under 194C because, well, it's a routine labor contract. Next up, she hires a top-tier lawyer to defend the company. For that one, she deducts 10% under 194J for that highly specialized professional service. And finally, she buys 1 crore worth of raw steel for the factory, so she deducts a tiny 0.1% under 194Q. By perfectly matching the exact tax code to each distinct invoice, Ria keeps XYZ Limited completely safe from those nasty government penalties. So where's the biggest trap for beginners? It's almost always mixing up 194C and 194J when hiring outside agencies. Look at it this way. 194C is for routine, manual, physical, or operational work, like hiring a security guard team. It enjoys a much lower tax rate. 194J, on the other hand, is all about technical experts. We're talking specialized knowledge, degrees, consulting, IT services, the whole shebang. Because you're paying for that elite brainpower, it gets hit with a higher tax rate. And that difference in tax rates leads to the absolute ultimate auditor's red flag, tax rate shopping. Seriously, auditors actively hunt for accounts payable clerks who deliberately code expensive IT consultants or lawyers under 194C instead of the correct 194J. Why would they do that? Well, they're trying to do the vendor a favor, kind of helping them dodge that heavy 10% tax deduction. But listen, this reckless shortcut is exactly the kind of thing that exposes a company to devastating government fines. The golden rule here is honestly so simple. Correct code equals zero penalties. Misclassifying even a single vendor can literally trigger an absolute avalanche of audits and fines. So take a hard look at your own ledgers today. Ask yourself, are you really coding correctly in your systems, or are you unwittingly walking your business right into the tax code trap?